Atom is the smallest unit of matter that is composed of a positively charged center termed as nucleus, and the central nucleus is surrounded by negatively charged electrons. Even though an atom is the smallest unit of matter, but it retains all the chemical properties of an element. For example, a silver spoon is made up of silver atoms with few other constituents. A silver atom obtains its properties from tiny subatomic particles that it is composed of. Atoms are further arranged and organized to form larger structures known as molecules. Structure of an atom can be basically divided into two parts. An atomic nucleus, extra-nucleus part. The tiny atomic nucleus is the center of an atom constituting positively charged particles protons and uncharged particles neutrons. The tiny atomic nucleus is the center of an atom constituting positively charged particles protons and uncharged particles neutrons. Thomson's atomic model. J. Thomson, who discovered the electron in 1897, proposed the plum pudding model of the atom in 1904 before the discovery of the atomic nucleus in order to include the electron in the atomic model. In Thomson's model, the atom is composed of electrons, which Thomson still called corpuscles. According to the postulates of Thomson's atomic model, an atom resembles a sphere of positive charge with electrons, negatively charged particles, present inside the sphere. The positive and negative charge is equal in magnitude, and therefore an atom has no charge as a whole and is electrically neutral. Thomson's atomic model failed to explain how the positive charge holds on the electrons inside the atom. It also failed to explain an atom's stability. The theory did not mention anything about the nucleus of an atom. Rutherford's model of an atom. Rutherford designed an experiment for this. In this experiment, fast-moving alpha particles were made to fall on a thin gold foil. He selected a gold foil because he wanted as thin a layer as possible. This gold foil was about 1000 atoms thick. Alpha particles are doubly charged helium ions. Since they have a mass of 4U, the fast-moving alpha particles have a considerable amount of energy. It was expected that alpha particles would be deflected by the subatomic particles in the gold atoms. Since the alpha particles were much heavier than the protons, he did not expect to see large deflections. Following observations were made. Most of the fast-moving alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil. Some of the alpha particles were deflected by the foil by small angels. Surprisingly, 1 out of every 12,000 particles appeared to rebound. Rutherford concluded from the particle scattering experiment that most of the space inside the atom is empty because most of the particles passed through the gold foil without getting deflected. Very few particles were deflected from their path, indicating that the positive charge of the atom occupies very little space. A very small fraction of particles were deflected by 1800, indicating that all the positive charge and mass of the. On the basis of his experiment, Rutherford put forward the nuclear model of an atom, which had the following features. There is a positively charged center in an atom called the nucleus. Nearly all the mass of an atom resides in the nucleus. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in well-defined orbits. The size of the nucleus is very small as compared to the size of the atom. Drawbacks of Rutherford's model of the atom. Rutherford proposed that electrons revolve at a high speed in circular orbits around the positively charged nucleus. When a charged particle, that is electron, revolves around positively charged nucleus, it needs to be accelerated so as to keep it moving in circular orbits. However, according to electromagnetic theory, whenever a charged particle such as an electron is accelerated around another charged center, nucleus, which are under force of attraction, there will be continuous radiation of energy. This loss of energy would slow down the speed of the electron. This would reduce the radius of the electron orbit. Eventually, the electron would fall into the nucleus. The result would be that the atom would collapse. But this does not happen. Thus, Rutherford's atom could not explain the stability of the atom. Rutherford proposed that electrons revolve around the nucleus in the fixed orbits. However, he did not specify the orbits and the number of electrons in each orbit. Bohr's model of atom. The Bohr model has an atom consisting of a small, positively charged nucleus orbited by negatively charged electrons. The Bohr model is a planetary model in which the negatively charged electrons orbit a small, positively charged nucleus similar to the planets orbiting the Sun, except that the orbits are not planar. The gravitational force of the solar system is mathematically akin to the Coulomb electrical force between the positively charged nucleus and the negatively charged electrons. An atom is made up of three particles: electrons, protons and neutrons. Electrons have negative charge, protons have positive charge, whereas neutrons have no charge. They are neutral. The protons and neutrons are located in a small nucleus at the center of the atom. Due to the presence of protons, nucleus is positively charged. The electrons revolve rapidly round the nucleus in fixed circular paths called energy levels or shells. The energy levels or shells are represented in two ways, either by the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, or by the letters K, L, M, N, O and P. The energy levels are counted from the center outwards. There is a limit to the number of electrons which each energy level, or shell, can hold. For example, the first energy level, or K shell, can hold a maximum of 2 electrons. Second energy level, or L shell, can hold a maximum of 8 electrons. Third energy level, or M shell, can hold a maximum of 18 electrons, and fourth energy level, or N shell, can hold a maximum of 32 electrons. Each energy level, or shell, is associated with a fixed amount of energy, the shell nearest to the nucleus having minimum energy and the shell farthest from the nucleus having the maximum energy. There is no change in the energy of electrons as long as they keep revolving in the same energy level, and the atom remains stable. The change in the energy of an electron takes place only when it jumps from a lower energy level to a higher energy level, or when it comes down from a higher energy level to a lower energy level. Neutrons. In 1932, J. Chadwick discovered another subatomic particle which had no charge and a mass nearly equal to that of a proton. It was eventually named as neutron. Neutrons are the largest of the particles that make up the atom. Neutrons are found in the nucleus of the atom. They are tightly packed with the protons. The protons and neutrons are held together in the nucleus with a force called the strong nuclear force. The nucleus is a very dense area that is found in the center of the atom. Neutrons have a neutral charge or actually no charge at all. Its partner in the nucleus, the proton, does have a positive charge. The proton's positive charge is matched with the electron's negative charge to make a neutral atom. Mass of a neutron. The mass of a neutron is equal to the mass of a proton. In other words, the relative mass of a neutron is 1U. The absolute mass of a neutron is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 24 gram. Neurons has no charge. It is electrically neutral. How are electrons distributed in different orbits, shells? The following rules are followed for writing the number of electrons in different energy levels or shells. The maximum number of electrons present in a shell is given by the formula 2n raised to the power 2, where n is the orbit number or energy level index, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Hence the maximum number of electrons in different shells are as follows. IRST orbit or K shell will be 2 into 1 raised to the power 2 equal to 2. Second orbit or L shell will be 2 into 2 raised to the power 2 equal to 8. Third orbit or M shell will be 2 into 3 raised to the power 2 equal to 18. Fourth orbit or N shell will be 2 into 4 raised to the power 2 equal to 32, and so on. The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in the outermost orbit is 8. Electrons are not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are filled. That is, the shells are filled in a stepwise manner. Valency. From the Bohrburi scheme, the outermost shell of an atom can accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. It was observed that the atoms of elements having a completely filled outermost shell show little chemical activity. In other words, their combining capacity of valency is zero. The combining capacity of the atoms of other elements, that is, their tendency to react and form molecules with atoms of the same or different elements, was thus explained as an attempt to attain a fully filled outermost shell. An outermost shell, which had 8 electrons, was said to possess an octet. Atoms would thus react so as to achieve an octet in the outermost shell. This was done by sharing, gaining, or losing electrons. The number of electrons gained, lost, or shared so as to make the octet of electrons in the outermost shell gives us directly the combining capacity of the element, that is the valency. Therefore, an atom of each element has a definite combining capacity, called its valency. Atomic number. The atomic number, represented by the letter Z, of an element is the number of protons in the nucleus of each atom of that element. An atom can be classified as a particular element based solely on its atomic number. For example, any atom with an atomic number of 8, its nucleus contains 8 protons, is an oxygen atom, and any atom with a different number of protons would be a different element. Mass number. The mass number is defined as the sum of the total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom. The properties of the subatomic particles of an atom, we can conclude that mass of an atom is practically due to protons and neutrons alone. These are present in the nucleus of an atom. Hence, protons and neutrons are also called nucleons. Therefore, the mass of an atom resides in its nucleus. Isotopes. Isotopes are defined as the atoms of the same element, having the same atomic number but different mass numbers. An isotope of a chemical element is an atom that has a different number of neutrons, that is, a greater or lesser atomic mass, than the standard for that element. The atomic number is the number of protons in an atom's nucleus. Isobars. Atoms of chemical elements having same atomic mass but a different atomic number are called isobars. The sum of the number of protons and neutrons together form the atomic mass. The number of nucleons present in the nucleus is equal to the atomic mass of an atom. It will have the same number of nucleons. The number of protons and neutrons alone will vary, but the number of nucleons or the sum of protons and neutrons in isobars will always be same. Isobars always have different atomic structure because of the difference in atomic numbers. The number of neutrons makes up the difference in the number of nucleons. Therefore, they are always different chemical elements having same atomic masses. Thus, isobar has different chemical properties.